Got some great guards going head-to-head in this one. Brent, what will you keep your eye on in that matchup?
Well, Kevin, you're pointing out the guard play, so this is when they have a chance to go one-on-one. Which of these tandems can stand out against the other? Tons of pick and roll, tons of creativity, and we'll see which of these guys can pair off tonight to win this contest.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Wiggins in at the small forward position.
Such a smart defensive player, Drew Holiday, understanding when he should go after steals. If you're going to go for it, get it.
Hartenstein with the screen on Tatum. The offensive rebound has to. Wiggins. Gilgeous-Alexander looking around. Just 5 to shoot. Kicks it out to Wiggins. That 3 off the mark. And so Holiday will bring it up for the Boston Celtics. And the dunk by Porzingis.
And you can see Porzingis, a great job as a big to run the floor and help get that 3.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. I caught up with Coach Joe Mazzulla, and he knows this team has its hands full going up against Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Coach said Shai is one of the best in the league when it comes to scoring off the bounce. And when he's not scoring, he's kicking it out to an open teammate. So we have to make sure our rotations are quick. We'll see how the defense responds, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Right wing. Now here's Holmgren from the arc. Knocks down the 3 ball.
And with that threat of the outside jumper, Holmgren generates space for this offense.
In recent years, Brent, we've seen Oklahoma City turn into a contender simply by developing their own young talent.
Yep, blocks on sticks, on bricks, on blocks, and that's what they've done. They have not signed a free agent, big-name guy. They built from within. They built an incredible roster by drafting well and fostering the growth of these young players, along with the coach who has given them a lot of belief. It's been pretty magical in OKC.
Hartenstein with the screen for Dort. The 3-pointer, no good. Celtics have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Holiday sets the pick for Tatum. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Gilgeous-Alexander against White. Right side, Dort. Wiggins finds Gilgeous-Alexander. Wiggins, a screen on White. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander gets that one to drop. First one of the game after 4 straight misses.
SGA doesn't rely on the 3 to get his points, but man, when it's falling, watch out.
Pass to Cornet. And here's Porzingis for a 3. It's rebounded by Hartenstein. On offense, here are the Thunder. Good momentum, 8 straight points.
And great recognition. Holmgren saw the open floor and took advantage. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence. And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Wiggins. Gilgeous-Alexander sets the screen for Wiggins. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. Here's Dort. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own. It's no good. Here's Tatum, and there's the drive. Wide, a screen on Wiggins. And Holiday kicks to White. Fires from 14. That's good from Holiday on the assist by White.
Yeah, I'm looking over at the coaching staff, smiles on their face. That's what they want. Holiday very skilled at getting to that spot and hitting the J.
And it's Gilgeous-Alexander missing. Boston trail. Outside Holiday. The kick out to Tatum. And the Celtics another three.
This is why Tatum is a volume three-point shooter, because he knows how accurate he can be.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Holmgren. The Thunder with another miss. Dort against Tatum's. Lays it up and banks it in. Tatum's got 8 points.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
What a performance for Jason Tatum. He has been the story. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1/4 of action so far. And what do you guys think about Boston here in this one?
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
The defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
On the floor for Oklahoma City, getting going here in the second quarter. Sharing the wing spots, it'll be Caruso and Williams. Then it's Williams. Then there's Cason Wallace. And it's Carlson in a power forward. Pass to Hauser. Over in the corner, Brown. Out of bounds, Oklahoma City takes possession. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Thunder take it one step at a time. All-star Shai Gilgeous-Alexander says, I think we all stay in the moment, and that's why we've been able to get better. Attack the day, the program in front of us. We all have the right intentions and want to win at the end of the day. Kevin?
Of that attitude, growing by leaps and bounds. Thank you, David. GA, these Boston Celtics are unquestionably a top-tier offensive unit.
Stupendous shooting, excellent instincts with the ball. Yeah, they are a model offense in many ways, making it tough for many teams to keep up with them.
Boston shooting at 50% in a decent group. Wallace looking for an opening. Williams kicks to Caruso. Poked away. It's Brown with the drive. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Give it up to Brown. He's so dangerous off the bounce.
Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Here's Williams, and Williams throws it down.
Well, they're trying to take command of this game, but it's been competitive so far.
Yeah, everybody trying to get away from one another, and the threads are keeping them close. This has been highly competitive.
And this is what the team wants JB to do. Punish defenses that don't respect him from the corner.
Over in the corner, Caruso. Pass to Carlson. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Oh, you got to feel for a guy getting dunked on like that. I mean, he's got no shot to stop that unless maybe he can pick up another foot somewhere.
Brown finds Horford. Down low. Defended by Caruso. And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
A guy with no quit in him. Brown stays on the attack and is well rewarded.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Boston.
They are committed to running the floor in this one, relying on their speed to get a lot of points off the fast break.
Well, they've really attacked off of the turnovers, so leaking out and capitalizing on fast break stuff.
Williams passes to Carlson. And again, it's Oklahoma City. Greg, we know about the Eurostep, but is the decel the next move that's getting more notice?
I think it is, Kevin, and you can see players have quickly incorporated that into their arsenal. It's been fun to watch, man, and I tell you, it creates some uncomfortable situations.
That's one of the best three-point shooters. You got to try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot.
Here's Caruso. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Caruso's got his first 3 points of the game. Brown outside. He makes another one. That's 4 up and 4 in to start his game.
Oh, the DNA of Jaylen Brown. This guy competes. There, responding with a 3 of his own.
Wallace kicks to Caruso. Here's the 3. Rebounded by the Celtics. It's Brown with the drive. Nice D from Williams.
That's the only kind of defense that's going to cut the mustard here tonight. You got to stay on top of a guy like that who can play at such a high level offensively.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
There's some ways to get your coach's attention, and that draws the coaching staff's ire.
Pass to Caruso. And there's the foul. It's on Jaylen Brown. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
There's 37 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Wallace misses.
Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that. That's a bad miscue, and you can't give up looks like that all game long.
Craig with a screen on Caruso. Pritchard passes to Horford. Good on the three-point shot. And the Celtics lead by 5.
Teammates love that. When Horford is looking to shoot fast, it makes the offense look dangerous.
Caruso finds Wallace. Here's Caruso from outside the arc. What a shot! Amazing!
That would count.
Unreal.
And a huge 3 there to chop the lead down as we go into the break. Still anyone's game.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Celtics lead by 2. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter.
They're taking out the shot.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. It's been a clinic out there by Jaylen Brown.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half. Just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and I'm wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
Holiday in the backcourt. To his side is White. The forwards for him, Tatum and Porzingis. And it's Cornet in its center. And that's the group for Joe Mazzulla as we begin the second half.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one. Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
Tatum kicks to White. He takes it in. The wide open look here for Porzingis. And the Celtics another 3.
Well, when Porzingis has an active and confident stroke, he can be dangerous from 3.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Tatum.
The D giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
Yeah, you gotta really do a better job on Tatum once he gets on the way up. Excellent at fighting his way through the defense there and still able to convert.
And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside. That doesn't go either for Gilgeous-Alexander. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is an elite scorer. Coach Mark Daigneault said the sign of a good player is being a source of reliable offense. At the same time, he's learned to impact the game in other ways, and that's why he's a really good player. He's not just a hired gun scorer. Kevin?
Totally agree, D.A. He is a franchise cornerstone type of guy. And we thank you for the report.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Holiday against Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Porzingis. And Holmgren pulls it down. Holmgren's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Gilgeous-Alexander against White. Hartenstein with the screen on White. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for Boston. Leading by 5. Takes it off the glass. Holiday's got his second bucket.
Such a smart offensive play right there. When Holiday sees that chance open up right there, he's all over.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Oh, no, I know he can make it, but that's warm-ups, so maybe just a step too far.
And the rejection by Holmgren. And it's out of bounds, and last touch by Holmgren. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Porzingis sets the pick for Tatum. It's Chet Holmgren with the rebound.
I know it's about defending the post and the three-point line these days, but still got to be active in the mid-range area, and the defense gets away with one there.
Gilgeous-Alexander, that's a two-pointer. That doesn't go either for Gilgeous-Alexander. It's White on the wing, defended by Holmgren. Dort against White. Pass to Tatum. 6 to shoot. Porzingis with a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, and a fantastic play by Tatum.
Well, you know Jason Tatum can score, and that's exactly what he's done thus far.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And a whole new group out on the floor for the Celtics. Here's Carlson. He has 7. Fires the 3. That one's in there. The Boston lead is cut down to 6, and the bucket from Wallace.
Can't talk enough about the subtleties in that setup right there. The assist, really the key to that entire sequence.
Brown with it. Williams picks him up. Brown with the bucket.
And far from just a perimeter scorer, Brown also adept at finishing in close.
And here is Wallace. Misses the layup. Here's Pritchard. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Poked loose. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Brown dishes to Horford. Horford sets a screen for Brown. And Brown throws it down.
And guys, really no surprise to see Brown flourishing on offense. He is just fearless on that end.
The Thunder shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. And the first one at the line is good. And Williams drops them both. 11 seconds left in the third. Here's Pritchard. Pass to Craig. Good if it goes. And he trains. And not so fast. The officials are going to check that shot again and make sure they got it right before we go to the fourth.
And the footage relayed to the officials from the replay center in Secaucus.
And so it's Boston. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. We've got more in store for you right after this. And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. And Oklahoma City, looking who they've got to start the fourth quarter. Sharing the wing spots, it'll be Caruso and Williams. Then there's Case and Wallace. Then it's Williams. And it's Carlson in at the 4.
And Brown can score from anywhere, which is what makes him a big problem for the defense.
Carlson can't hit. Celtics leading by 13. Here's Brown. Again, the Celtics good for 2.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
Hauser the pass to Brown. The shot. Rebounded by Carlson. Thunder trailing by 15. Horford with it. Williams picks him up. Here's Pritchard. A three-pointer off the mark. Williams against Horford. Williams can't hit.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Pass to Craig. Nice ball movement by Boston. There's the pick. 6 on the shot clock. The Celtics need to get a shot off. And here's Brown outside. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Carlson's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Caruso. Bangs home the trifecta.
That's pretty much not how they want to defend the three-point line. Somebody's got to shadow him out there.
And we're about 2 minutes into the 4th quarter now. Out to the right wing. Brown with a screen on Williams. The kick out to Brown. Releases. The shot's good on the assist by Horford. Brown's got 21 in the game.
Such a solid and unique big man in today's game. Horford's passing skills and ability to find the open teammate is very special.
Boston leading by 14. And here's Brown outside. They get it back. Pass to Hauser. Brown with a screen on Williams. Hauser the pass to Brown. From deep. To the wing on the left. Here's Pritchard. Good on the triple. And the Celtics lead by 17.
He's just stretching them out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
I'm not sure what the defense collectively was thinking there. You got to know where he is at all times.
Craig sets the screen for Brown. That doesn't go either for Brown.
I'm not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
And there's the foul. It's on Jaylen Brown. That's foul number 2 for him. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Hartenstein with the screen on Tatum. And the dunk by Holmgren.
And given that Holmgren is 7 feet tall, he's a threat to throw it down at any time.
A shot by Holiday. Nobody around. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Holmgren with a screen on White. Down low. Holmgren gets the bucket.
I mean, sneaky. When he moves around the floor, Holmgren takes you out of the play, slips past, and just rolls to the hoop.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming. And so the coach's challenge here comes. Into play. The coach protesting the personal foul call.
At the line.
Officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
That free throw good from Porzingis.
Well, some people call Porzingis a unicorn, and they're not wrong. His terrific stature and his shooting ability, that is a rare combination.
And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for the Thunder. Stolen by Holiday. Drops in the breakaway layup. And the Celtics lead by 15.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Celtics.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And, you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, Just a monster game for Jaylen Brown.
It looked like a couple times they might be wearing him down, but not the case. At the offensive end, he was just devastating.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
Loved it. The guys are staying aggressive late in this ball game, just not wanting to let go of the rope.
Brown outside. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. No good on the three. White against Jordan. Pass to Caruso. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Outside Holiday. There's Brown with the three. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. Thank you, David. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.
But eventually, I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it fake. Kinda like the view with the dice and me, top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm gonna let out the freak beat back in the beat. Let him run, let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the beat. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla. Let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the beat. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla.
Defense looking bad.
down the depth chart, Coach. How important is that in assembling a contender?
Well, look, it's even more important, Brian, in the regular season than it is in the playoffs. To get through a long NBA season and get yourself in good playoff position, you're going to need a lot of guys. 12, 13 guys at different points of the year are going to have to be ready to make contributions. Now, obviously, the team with the better starting five will have the edge, but depth can be a big factor even in the playoffs.
Let's check out Minnesota's starting lineup. Ant is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Rudy Gobert is out there with Julius Randle. And it's DiVincenzo in at the point.
First team foul.
Here's Edwards. Here he goes. Outside for Randle. The 3 is up. Here's Gobert.
Lockdown defense by Porzingis. When he moves his feet to get in position, his length is unbelievable.
Tatum from long range. That one goes. Now he's 1 for 2.
And now the game is really starting to flow. We should be in for a good one.
Yeah, and it's important to get that first score quickly and establish your game.
A monster finish with authority.
And he hangs on the rim for a little extra spice. And coach, a perennial all-defense performer, Drew Holiday, fearsome at that end of the floor in particular.
Yeah, Brian, he's as good a defensive guard as there is. Great size and strength at the point guard spot. You combine that with his IQ and his competitive will, he is a problem on a nightly basis. I'm sure he'd like to have that back. That's a missed opportunity.
Fires the 3. The rebound by Jason Tatum. The Celtics have gone 1 of 4 to begin this one. And a slam dunk by Porzingis.
You see the reach of Porzingis. His length is what makes him a prime-time alley-oop threat.
The kick to Tatum. That's good on the jumper. Tatum's got 5.
Now you want to get him going as soon as possible. Great way for him to start this game.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
Now here's Edwards. 5 points in the game. Oh, hits the outside fadeaway. He has 7.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Brian, Anthony Edwards, his disposition just brightens a locker room. Coach Chris Finch said he's an absolute joy to coach. Always in a great mood with a great smile. It doesn't matter if he plays well or he doesn't. Every day is the same approach and the same attitude.
And he wants to be great, Allie. There's no doubt about that. Here's Tatum. And the layup is good off the glass.
And sometimes you forget how long Tatum is, and he's terrific at using this to his advantage inside.
The 3, DiVincenzo. And the 3-pointer goes.
Don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
The Celtics with the lead. And Grant, the success of teams like the Timberwolves showing that size still matters.
Yeah, in this pace and space era, that may have come into question just a bit, but size and skill combined has always been your best.
Wow. Wow, this is how explosive Edwards can be. He finishes with such force at the rim.
Fires for 3. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Gobert's got 4 rebounds in the game. And the foul called on Kristaps Porzingis. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
1:07 left in the first quarter of the game. Gobert with a screen on White. The 3, DiVincenzo. Boston pulls it in. White looking it over. Driving inside. And he jams it home with authority.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
Well, that's too easy. As he says, let me add to my highlight reel.
Tatum from long range. Hey, now 5 for 8, shooting a pretty good percentage right now.
It's not surprising to see Tatum taking over offensively. I mean, he's capable of doing this on a nightly basis.
Ooh, and once again, off the mark by Minnesota. From deep three-point range, Randall pulls down the board. Timberwolves trail by 8. 5-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Offensive rebound. Out to DiVincenzo. Pass to Randall. The Timberwolves need to get off a shot here. Just 2 to shoot. And Porzingis with the block. And they get it back. And that shot was going nowhere thanks to that aggressive swat.
That'll put some fear into the shooters, and he made sure to do it early, too.
And here's Holiday. Launches it. And that's not going to go. And so it's Jason Tatum making highlights for Boston. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. And a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Celtics.
Well, they're playing with great pace, pushing the ball up the floor and attacking before the defense can get set.
Yeah, we got to talk about how pestering they've been on defense, forcing turnovers and finding ways to score off them.
Setting the floor for the Timberwolves. We've got Mike Conley. He's out there with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And it's Garza in at the 5, roaming the paint. And Nickeil Alexander-Walker has built a role around defense and activity, Coach.
Yeah, Brian, he's started to understand that not everyone can be that superstar scorer, and he's carved out a role around hustle, but still capable of knocking down shots within the flow of the offense.
Minnesota foul. Terrence Shea. First personal foul. First team foul.
Now Brown. Pass to Craig. Brown scanning the floor. Launches it from deep. Reed with the rebound. Timberwolves trail by 5. Outside, Alexander-Walker lets it go from deep. Horford pulls it in.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Boston has gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. Outside, Brown fires the 3. Downtown, Jaylen Brown.
Well, you know, when Brown's hitting a 3, it really opens up this offense.
Pass to Alexander-Walker. Here's Shannon. He's scoreless.
Boston foul. Sam Hauser. First personal foul. First team foul.
Outside Conley. And rejected. Boston leading by 8. Craig with a screen on Conley. And again, Boston with the triple.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
And B.A., he takes his rebounding so seriously.
This dude is such a grinder. His teammates appreciate the effort. Just goes all out on the glass.
Well, he gets paid to be a factor on the glass. That's a nice dunk to finish it off.
The value of a big man with Horford's quickness can't be overstated. He takes full advantage of the rebound opportunity.
Outside, Alexander-Walker. Pass to Shannon. Back to Alexander-Walker. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Reed for 3. Shannon. Right side, Alexander-Walker. Three-pointer off the mark. The Celtics have got 3 of 6 shots to go here in the second quarter. Now here's Craig. Launches a 3. Garza grabs the board. 1:51 left to play in the half. They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell. I know that he has the ability and confidence to sink that shot, but better luck next time, maybe.
Yeah, it's one of those heat check shots, and heat check is a synonym for bad shot.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Brian, it's great hearing Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla talk shop. He said everybody tries to break basketball up into offense and defense, but it's one game. Your spacing, decision-making, and shot selection set up your defense. That transition happens so fast, so the game is constantly changing. It's all connected, Brian.
No question. Thanks, Allie. Good stuff there. Outside, Brown. Second shot opportunity. Yep, it finally drops after rolling around the rim. Brown's got 5 now. Timberwolves trail by 13. Alexander Walker, the pass to Reed. Fires in the triple.
Coach is loving the ball movement.
For Boston, they've gone 4 of 10 from the field in the second. And here's Brown for 3. Another miss by Brown.
He's cold from distance here in the second quarter. May want to try a different approach moving forward.
And that one's good from Conley.
Just a smart offensive player. Conley is aware of when he should look to rise and fire. Woo, I love it.
Here's Pritchard. He's guarded by Conley. The 3. Again, Brown missing.
Well, you can't question his confidence from out there, but it's not falling. Maybe time for a different approach.
And it's out of bounds to Minnesota. "15 seconds left in the half. Here's Shannon. Outside Reed. A slam dunk by Reed.
All he needed was a little separation. So effective.
Oh, it cleared the path, put him in position for a prime-time dunk.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your teammates.
And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. It's the Celtics up by 5. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow on 2K Sports. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. And you know, Jason Tatum, he's been really making it happen, guys.
Can they come up with an answer for him coming out of the half? They have to change something defensively.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they drew up in the locker room, because you're right. He's the problem right now.
Tatum is the 4 with Porzingis at center. Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. And it's Walsh in at the 3. That's the Boston 5. Gobert with a screen on White. For 3, DiVincenzo. And with today's switching defensive style, versatile wing players are tremendously in demand, Coach.
Yeah, well, position now, Brian, comes down to who can you guard. And guys that can guard 3, 4, 5 different positions, those 6'7", 6'8" guys are often able to do that, and they are extremely valuable.
And the Celtics in possession here. 13 points was their biggest lead of the game. Tatum against McDaniels. Lets the 3 fly. Gets rebounded by Minnesota. It's Edwards on the wing. He's covered by Holiday. Pass to McDaniels. McDaniels, a screen on Tatum. Slams it in.
That's the type of move that you see in a dunk contest.
Takes great confidence to alley-oop to yourself.
Sure does.
Porzingis for 3. And the shot is good on the assist by Tatum. Porzingis has got 5.
Few bigs stretch the floor like Porzingis. He can be just deadly from the arc.
One thing you can say about Boston, Grant, they know how to put a team together.
Yeah, the Celtics' consistency of winning is just impressive, both now and throughout their entire history. They are really the gold standard in this league, and it's mostly because of great draft picks and great trades. You're leaving him all alone? Good luck. He's going to drill that every time. I love it. Nice activity defensively. Getting in there to disrupt the pass.
Got a piece of it. DiVincenzo finds Edwards. Out to DiVincenzo. McDaniels, a screen on White. For three, DiVincenzo nails it from three. DiVincenzo's gotten his second bucket of the game.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
With the drive. Randall, left side. Pass to Gobert. It's rebounded by Walsh. Boston leading by 6. Holiday with the ball. And it's Gobert picking him up. On the wing, Tatum. Back to Porzingis. Porzingis sets a screen. Tatum passes to Holiday. Clock at 6. That falls. Nice feed that time from Tatum. Tatum's got 3 assists in the game.
With balance and good rhythm, Holiday serves as an effective catch-and-shoot player.
Randall. Oh, a beautiful reverse layup. Randall's got his first bucket in this one.
Oh, just an easy reverse for him. He has nice feel and touch around the bucket.
Tatum passes to Porzingis. And again, Boston with the triple.
They are unconscious from outside. And so far, the defense has had no answer.
Look, when the three is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock, Tatum passes to White. Up top, Tatum. Checked by Randall. Back to White. Late clock. The Celtics got to hurry here. Porzingis for 3. Called in by DiVincenzo. Timberwolves trail by 10. From deep. Porzingis grabs the board. Porzingis has got 5 rebounds tonight. DiVincenzo with it. Now guarded by White. Here's Randall. Pass to Gobert. DiVincenzo with it. He's guarded by White. DiVincenzo driving. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
What a two-way play. Just tremendous.
Yeah, the steal was slick. The slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
We know Porzingis has range, but wow, that's a tough shot.
Here's Edwards driving in. And it's Jason Tatum with a rebound.
Wow, he doesn't miss many of those. He's such a strong finisher and tight.
Off target with the 3. Fast break, Minnesota. And it's Randall with the jam.
Playing from behind, it's amazing he chose to dunk with that high a difficulty rating.
Yeah, no question. That was a stellar move with plenty of swagger. Here's Conley. On the take. What if it goes? Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. And so it's the Boston. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist to the game.
You talk about painting a magnificent picture with that dime. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
Wow, that was an absolute masterpiece of an assist. He knew exactly when to deliver the ball, and it made for a beautiful score.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Setting the floor for the Timberwolves. Mike Conley out there with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Then there's Naz Reid, and it's Shannon in at the 3. Horford can't hit. Timberwolves trail by 10. He takes it in, and Shannon gets it to go. Shannon's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Look, if you're open, Conley sees you. That was a great pass.
And here they come. Here's Alexander Walker. Misses the 3. Used the pump fake well, but he couldn't capitalize. Here's Brown. And the jam by Brown.
Yeah, we know Brown loves some aerial theatrics. and he really went all out there.
Here's Alexander Walker. Pass to Garza. Jacks up a three. Gets the three ball to go. Garza's got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, that's a shot you don't mind him taking. Gets a good look and trusts his shot to knock down the three.
They get it back. Here's Pritchard. Here's Hauser. Out to Craig. 6 to shoot. Over Reed. Garza grabs the board.
Well, he's more than comfortable in the mid-range, but you can't make them all.
Pass to Conley. Outside Reed. They set a pick. Off target from three-point range. Boston leading by 7. Here's Hauser. Good. And Brown gets the assist. Hauser's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Pass to Shannon. Here's Alexander Walker. And all around the rim that time before dropping.
Assisted buckets. Every team wants them. They show you're running effective team offense.
Brown passes to Hauser. Back to Brown. And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they will count the bucket.
Well, at least the D was going for it, but he got to the ball just a moment late.
So Boston going with almost an entirely new group here. Kristaps Porzingis, he's checked in for Horford. Jason Tatum comes in for Craig. White, he's checked in for Hauser. And Holiday subbed in for Pritchard. Here's Gobert. Using the size. Gobert.
Outstanding job converting in close. Gobert understands how to execute around the rim.
Tatum from long range. And it's Gobert with a rebound. Gobert's got 7 rebounds in the game. And Drew Holiday gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game. 1:46 left in the fourth quarter.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Pass to Porzingis. Oh, KP with the 3. And we all know about Stan the analyst and Stan the coach, but when you played in college, what was your game like, Stan?
Hey, Brian, I had the game that would get you beat as coach. I will say my greatest strength was this. I was never once accused of overpassing.
The black hole. That is Stan Van Gundy.
Those are precisely the looks this team is trying to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots.
And defensively, how do you leave them that open in crunch time?
On the wing, Tatum. They kick it out to Porzingis. Pass to Holiday. Back to Porzingis. Just 5 on the clock. Porzingis with a screen on Edwards. White can't hit. And now the T-Wolves on the break. Edwards, the pass to Gobert. 35 seconds left in the fourth quarter. DiVincenzo with it. Porzingis picks him up defensively. The kick out to Edwards. Shoots over Tatum. Edwards, no good. And here are the Celtics. 13 points was their biggest lead of the game. Cranes the triple. And the Celtics lead by 8.
And when he was younger, Tatum would often try to do it all himself. But now he wants to keep everybody involved.
DiVincenzo driving. Basket's good. 7 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The 3, Porzingis. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Holiday. And so it's Boston with the W. This one was a fun one to watch. They were clearly in the driver's. Thanks, Alec. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. Alongside
Greg, out here in the Western Conference going head-to-head.
And, Kevin, they know each other well. They expect to meet potentially in the postseason, and I would expect a playoff atmosphere tonight.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. Edwards on the wing. He is joined by McDaniel. And it's Rudy Gobert. And it's Conley. And it's Garza in at the four-man position. Joe can't get it to go.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Hartenstein finds Gilgeous-Alexander. Outside, Dort. Joe in the corner. Clock at 6. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. Stolen by McDaniels. And they're running. And here's Edwards from the arc. It's good from long range. Edwards got the first points up on the board for the Timberwolves. There's always a surprise, isn't there, Clark, in the offseason? Let's go back to 2022. That offseason, the Timberwolves going all in on Rudy Gobert.
Basically, Kevin, they traded 5 firsts plus a bunch of good players for Gobert. It was derided at the time, and I can understand why, but Rudy's defense has taken them to another level, and he's actually been a little better offensively than people thought he would be.
And so it's Minnesota with it, following the score by Oklahoma City. Here's McDaniels, and it's off from three-point range. Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. For 3, Holmgren. The three-pointer is right on target.
And with that threat of the outside jumper, Holmgren generates space for this offense.
Shot by McDaniels, no good.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside.
There's some defense for you. For someone who's as good at shooting the 3-ball as he is, you need a defender who's equally good at guarding against him.
If you want the title of 3-and-D player, you've got to make 3. McDaniels has really worked on that shot.
And the 3-ball is good.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Edwards can't hit.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And the dunk by Hartenstein.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And you know you're gonna get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
And it's blocked. Pass to Joe, to the inside. And the dunk by Hartenstein.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
Here's Oklahoma City. They're on a 13-3 run. Joe, good. Joe's got 5.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
And, you know, nothing like getting an opponent on the ropes early. You love that if you're on that side of the scoreboard, and they are landing some haymakers now.
Just a terrific effort on the offensive glass. That's how they're going to cut into this league.
And, Greg, a dunk like that is sure to give them a spark.
Which is a spark they desperately need. They've got to ramp up the intensity.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, Mike Conley's leadership is huge for the Wolves. Rudy Gobert says his presence on the court, but especially in the locker room, is invaluable. Coach Chris Finch said he's given us everything and more. Conley says to have this kind of trust from everyone is why I'm here. This is what I'm supposed to do. Kevin?
He is a class act. David, thanks. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Anthony Edwards making his last shot.
And the move and the basket. SGA has the defense shook.
Conley with it. He's picked up by Holmgren. Conley gets the bucket. They can trade 2 for 1 here.
Would be the right move, I believe, right now.
From past the arc, Garza pulls it in. Timberwolves trail by 6. Lets it go with the 3. The Thunder pull it in. Holmgren's got 4 rebounds now tonight. It's Dort on the wing. Edwards defending. Holmgren kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. Just 5 on the clock. Offline from the high post.
Well, you know he wants that one back. I mean, more often than not, he'll sink that mid-range jumper.
And so it's Oklahoma City with a 6-point lead at the... And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. What do you guys think about the Thunder here in this one?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Yeah, you know what? Makes it really easy for the coaching staff in that case. No adjustments needed. Just keep on keeping on.
Sharing the wing spots, it'll be Caruso and Williams. Williams is out there with Jang, and it's Wallace in at the guard position. That's the group for Oklahoma City getting going here in the second.
You know, sometimes you don't like to see guys pull up from 3-point range on the break, but for him, with nobody on him, that's a pretty good shot.
Now here's Randall. Pass to DiVincenzo. There's the screen. Lets it go from deep. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And the 3-point shot of DiVincenzo is dangerous. Defense cannot allow him to get airspace from there.
Williams in the post. Jang with a clean look. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. DiVincenzo finds Reed. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
When Naz Reid is out there, Clark, spacing the floor is a real asset for him.
For sure, and you know, he really puts a lot of pressure on the defense because he can score from anywhere on the floor, and he's got great size and strength. And he does the little things too. I mean, you look at his points and rebounds, but this guy gets deflections, he goes after loose balls, he gets you extra possessions on the glass, he steps in and takes charge. I mean, he does all the little and big things.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
Randall with the ball. Williams picks him up. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Shannon's got 5.
A fantastic decision-making big. Randall with the right choice there, finding the open man.
Well, he's much better than that. Really no excuse for missing that lay-in.
Here's DiVincenzo. Outside for Randall. And the wide open shot from Reed. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. And here's Wallace. He'll bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. They've led by as much as 10.
And his eyes got wide once he got the ball inside. You just know what he's going to do with the basketball.
Now here's Caruso. Defended by Alexander Walker. There's the triple. Caruso, no good.
And, you know, even though that shot didn't go down, I like how they got him a wide-open look in space there.
DiVincenzo kicks to Randall. Randall, a screen on Caruso. Alexander Walker passes to Randall. Over Jang. Can't hit the turnaround jumper. Oklahoma City leading by 3. Wallace inside. Defended by DiVincenzo. Here's Williams. Minnesota with the rebound.
Boy, that is awesome defense, guys, against a capable finisher. Well done. I'm sure the coaches love that.
DiVincenzo kicks to Reed. Here's Shannon. Pass to DiVincenzo. They set the pick. Minnesota needs to get off a shot here. Here's Alexander Walker. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
Good find that time by DiVincenzo. An unselfish player always looking to make the extra pass.
Now here's Caruso. And here is Williams. Still yet to score. Wallace the pass to Chang. Here's Williams. Around the back and lays it in. And the Thunder lead by 3.
Cruises down the lane, goes behind the back. Superb work.
DiVincenzo passes to Shannon. Randall a screen on Wallace. Back to DiVincenzo. This one for 3. Rebound by Williams. And stolen by DiVincenzo. Randall with a screen for DiVincenzo.
3.
And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. We've got 22 seconds left now here in the second. Oklahoma City leading by 3. Wallace with the ball. Pass to Caruso. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Caruso's got 8.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint. And that's exactly what they're going for on that shot.
A big-time effort for Alex Caruso, providing a lot of energy for the Oklahoma City Thunder. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And don't go away. We'll be right back. We've got second-half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Alex Caruso with a strong contribution so far in this one.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
You know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
So on the floor for Minnesota, Conley and Edwards are the guards. Then it's Jaden McDaniel. And it's Rudy Gobert. And it's Garza in a power forward position.
And this guy just does everything. Scores, passes, good rebounder. Just an all-around terrific basketball player.
Here's McDaniels. The Thunder pull it in. They've led by as much as 10. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander sinks the three-pointer. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 6 points in the quarter. Greg, every year, injuries are a huge factor in shaping the title race. And I'm guessing that teams should probably put more of a premium on durability. What do you think?
Well, Kevin, I think all GMs take that into account. A team wants to be confident it'll have a stable roster over the course of a long season.
Here's Garza. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Garza's got his first points of the game.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
Holmgren with a screen on McDaniel. And a wide open look for Gilgeous-Alexander. And the Thunder another 3.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Boy, it's been a three-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
Now here's Conley. Good, nice job down low. Conley's got his second basket.
Right there, Conley working his magic inside. He is crafty near the rack.
Clark, if you had one word to describe Mike Conley, what would it be?
Reliable, steadfast, dependable. And I know that's 3, but I wanted to give you 3 different words I could use to describe him. Only 2 seasons in his whole career has he not played at least 50 games. That speaks to durability and professionalism.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin, the Thunder are young, but they figured out how to win. Defensive ace Lou Dort talked about their chemistry. He said nobody cries about shot selection or anything like that. We know what each player can do. We just really want to see the team win and succeed. Kevin, you see that in their play.
Don't you, David? Every single game, pulling in the right direction.
How about the work ethic of Anthony Edwards? Not to mention that linebacker build and the sweet shooting stroke. But what he wants most is to see his team succeed. That's what you love about AE.
Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Dort. Gilgeous-Alexander sets the screen for Dort.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Down low. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Nailed from three-point land. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 15 points in just the second half. That's it, and the Oklahoma City lead is cut to just 11 on the basket from Edwards.
Built like a linebacker, Edwards is not your average off guard, folks.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Gobert's got 6 rebounds now in the game. For 3, Edwards. Look at Edwards slotting home the 3.
Edwards is rolling right now. If I'm his teammates, he's getting the rock every time.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 23.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Edwards dishes to Gobert. And he goes right over Hartenstein and slams it down.
The 7-footer plus Rudy Gobert goes up and makes it hurt coming down.
Joe can't get it to go. Timberwolves trail by 9. Near the three-point line, it's Edwards. It's to Gobert. 43 seconds left to play in the third. Nice move. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside. No good, and he's missed half of his 14 field goal attempts. Here's Edwards. Gobert with it. Spins. Outside Conley. Up again. It's rebounded by Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander against McDaniel. Launches it. And Gilgeous-Alexander the bucket on the assist by Dort. 26 points for him.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, I love.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Thunder out in front, up by 12. And for 2K Sports, we'll be back here at Paycom Center right after this. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Sharing the wing spots, it'll be Caruso and Williams. Shang is out there with Williams, and it's Wallace in at the 1. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. Here's Jang. Offline with his 3. Timberwolves trail by 15. Shannon. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
First personal foul. First team foul.
And so here is Oklahoma City. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 15 points. Chang with the screen on DiVincenzo. They get it back. Williams passes to Wallace. He's looking for Williams and finds him. Shot clock at 6. Shoots the 3. Hits it from three-point range.
And no matter who it is, that kind of D isn't going to get it done.
Minnesota's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. The 3 for DiVincenzo. The Thunder leading by 18. A wide open look here for Caruso. The kick out to Williams. Sinks the triple.
Well, and this has been their strategy throughout the fourth period. We'll see how it pans out.
You know what? Teams can get a little three happy down the stretch sometimes, letting it fly.
And here's Wallace. He'll bring it up for Oklahoma City. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. Now here's Caruso. D right on him. A three. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
The man has no heart, and that's poor defense for a team that has a long way to catch up.
They look pretty demoralized to me, and that always shows through at the defensive end first.
Williams for 3, and the Thunder another 3.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
A shot by Alexander Walker, no good. The Thunder have gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. Wallace finds Williams. For 3. Out to Wallace. Jang with the screen for Wallace. No good from outside.
We know how good a shooter he is. It's frustrating for him when he's not able to knock down that kind of wide open look.
He got that one up quick.
Unselfish, good vision, nice dime by Julius.
The Thunder leading by 19. Here's Caruso. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own. It's no good. It's Randall with the drive, and Randall throws it down.
Just so fast. I mean, it's like trying to stop a train when he's coming in for the slam.
The kick out to Williams. Here's Jang. Good. The nice assist for Williams. Williams has got his 3rd assist on the night. 3-pointer, Randall. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Thunder.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Boy, from a scoring standpoint, he was absolutely sensational. Made the game look easy tonight.
A 3-ball. Minnesota with the rebound. Out to the wing. 3-pointer, Randall. The 3-pointer is right on target.
For 3.
Here's Caruso. There's the 3. Reed with the rebound. It's deflected. It's taken away by Wallace. Shoots the 3. Julius Randle with the rebound. So it's the Timberwolves now from deep 3-point territory. Another shot. In deep. Reed drops it in. 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And so the Thunder now can just hold on to the ball. Williams finds Jang. Williams sends a screen for Jang. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
The first one falls.
James.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws. Edwards looking it over. Pass to McDaniels. Back to Edwards. The 3. Off target. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. It was a tale of 2 teams tonight. One that was in total.
But eventually, I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it fake. Kinda like the view with the dice in the mirror, top down with the
A quick peek into the locker room as the players get set for the game ahead. It's Thursday afternoon, and we've got... Well, it's fair. To say we can expect a bruising battle between these two, Grant.
Yeah, these are two teams that dare you to bring the ball at them. They both feast on the defensive side, so don't expect any scoring records broken in this one.
And let's take a look at Boston's starting lineup. Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. Tatum is the 4 with Porzingis at center. And it's Walsh in at the 3. Now here's Tatum. Shot clock at 6. That 3's off the mark. Gilgeous-Alexander against Holiday. Screen by Holmgren. Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
Come on, man. If SGA is hitting that, it's good night.
Tatum with it. Hartenstein covering. For 3, Porzingis knocks it down from distance.
And this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Now here's Holmgren. To the middle. Pass to Hartenstein. The 3. Boston pulls it in.
And the defense dodged one right there. Not the guy you want to leave open.
You look at his college days and his rookie year, Tatum has always been on a winning team, Richard.
B.A., I think it starts with his approach. There's always been an air of professionalism when it comes to Tatum. He's just a young player that is focused only on winning.
Oklahoma City has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Hartenstein with a screen on White. Dort for 3. Kept alive. Back to Jang. There's the triple. Can't get his first shot of the game to fall. The Celtics have gone 1 for 3 so far. Tatum from long range. Ooh, a little luck that time as it drops.
Once the fast break is rolling, they know who to go to. Tatum can be trusted to find the finish.
Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. Porzingis grabs the board.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
The 3 ball. Tatum with another miss.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Hartenstein with a screen on Holiday. Deflected.
How about the defense from Holiday? Reading the play and using his defensive instincts to swat it back.
He may not have that traditional power forward build, but his bounce, well, that kind of levels the playing field.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
A bit ago, Mark Dacknault and I were able to chat. We discussed just how difficult Jason Tatum is to guard and what he wants his team to do against him. And Coach told me he's a very talented and polished player. I told our guys to stay in front of him, don't fall for the pump fakes, play smart and under control. It's easier said than done, but we'll see if they're up to the task. Guys, back to you.
And Allie, thanks. Now here's Tatum. Takes the 3. Knocks down the triple. Tatum's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Every time Tatum finds his shot, he'll take it. He loves to fill it up from range.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Denied by Tatum. Holiday with the ball. Now guarded by Holmgren. Porzingis sets a screen. Holiday passes to Tatum. Back to Holiday. Tatum with it. Here's the three. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. And when you talk about the Boston Celtics last year, they were historically good, Richard.
Yeah, they had the 4th best net rating ever in the history of the game. That's Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, the MJ Bulls. Shattered the NBA record for offensive rating at 123.1. They were unreal.
Now here's Holiday. And it's going to be out of bounds. Boston will have another go. .119 left in the first. Outside White. Back to Porzingis. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Hits the trifecta. Porzingis has got 6.
Boy, I like their energy coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Couldn't come up with a much better start than this. They just have to keep it going.
Now here's Dort. Still without a bucket. Knocks down the long J.
And these are the shots this team wants Dort taking. He understands his role in this offense.
There's Tatum with the 3. And the Celtics another 3.
Building a big advantage early with a terrific all-around performance.
They got off to such a hot start, and that can keep you energized throughout the whole game.
Dort's shot is good.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
And it's Tatum missing. Thunder trail by 8. 3 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Jang passes to Holmgren, and the call will be against Derek White. That's his first foul of the game.
And yeah, he still was moving at the point of contact.
17 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. There's a screen by Jang. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Holmgren. Here's Jang. From outside, off the mark. Outside White. Over Dort. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. And that concludes the first quarter of play. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. And for the Celtics here, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
It's simple. The main takeaway from the first quarter is they're winning this game with defense.
Making it as difficult as possible for the offense to find clean looks. Great stuff.
Williams is out there with Alex Caruso. Then it's Isaiah Joe. Then it's Williams. And it's Wallace in at the 1. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. Brown can't hit. And it's Caruso with the ball for Oklahoma City. 6-point game. And you look at Jaylen Brown, Grant. Not many wings have the strength he has.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown could dunk over a brick wall. And he could dunk through a brick wall, too. It's just so hard to move him off his path when he's on his way to the rim.
Here's Brown. Joe with the defensive effort. Williams passes to Wallace. Williams with the screen. The 3 is up. The shot won't fall. Boston leading by 4. Here's Hauser. They get the rebound. Out to Craig. Oh, there's the alley. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Craig.
That pass wandered off target. Can't lose focus on the little bitty things.
Williams with the screen. Caruso misses. The Celtics have got none of their first 3 shots to fall so far in the second. Cornette passes to Brown. Here's Hauser. Watched by Wallace. Cornette sets a screen. Fires from the wing. Brown, no good. Thunder trail by 4. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, Chet Holmgren said, quote, it's exciting to have this sort of success early on because it's just rare for young teams. But at the same time, we cannot let it distract us from how much better we have to get. Hopefully, we have a long runway together to figure things out. Brian?
A chance for great things, Allie. Thanks for that. Yep, count it. Cornette's got his first 2 points.
How about the level of activity this dude just brings to the glass? Just refusing to give up on plays, and his teammates, trust me, they appreciate the effort.
Brown. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. Richard, you evolved as a shooter over the course of your career. Talk about developing shooting in the NBA game.
Well, it dictates what kind of offense you can run. You don't need a bunch of good shooters, but if you've only got 1 or 2, your interior play better be strong.
Now here's Wallace. Still no points. Ooh, powered down with both hands.
And 1 move ahead of the defense. A solid pick.
And then the monster dunk to complete the play. Well done.
Great chemistry on display. He understood where to put the screen in order to free up his teammate.
And so it's Boston with it, following the bucket by Oklahoma City. Counted.
When Brown has the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous in the 2-man game.
Caruso against Brown. Oh, got a piece of it. Craig with a steal. Into the lane. And that one is hammered home.
Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Once he poked it away, you knew what was on his mind.
Now here's Caruso. There's the 3. Buries it from 3.
When he gets a quality look like this at the perimeter, he can almost be automatic.
Craig with a screen. Oh, Brown gonna go get it. Williams against Craig. Kick out to Brown. Stolen by Caruso. Inside. And Williams punches it home.
And that's gotta hurt. A turnover for a free run at the rim.
And now we know who has the momentum.
That's the last thing you need to happen down the stretch. Let's see how they respond to the devastating punch.
Tipped away and stolen by Williams. Here's Wallace. Back to Joe. Here's Williams. Craig with a steal. Now the Celtics on the move. And Brown with the stuff.
For an athlete like Brown, you salivate. You just start drooling thinking about the open floor. Fast breaks are your friend.
Now here's Williams. Beyond the arc. Boston pulls it in. 7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Caruso, the pass to Williams. Fast break. Here come the Celtics. And he makes it. And now a 6-point Celtic lead.
And this kind of play is only going to grow their lead. Holding the other guys down on defense and converting on the turnover.
And here's Caruso outside. Offensive board. Tries again. Pass to Wallace. Fires for 3. Pure from 3-point range. Wallace has got 5 points. Here's Craig. And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. Boston out in front. They lead by 3. Stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. One of the stories here, Jason Tatum. Man, is he getting it done today?
They've leaned on him to provide a lot of offense, and that's how he likes it.
He always wants to be a go-to guy for them. I'm sure he'll be calling for the ball even more in this half.
Kicking off the second half, here's Joe Mazzulla's 5. Tatum is the 4 with Porzingis at center. Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. And it's Walsh in at the 3.
I mean, what an athletic play for Holiday. Showing up the defense with a jam.
Now here's Hartenstein. No made baskets yet. Dort finds Gilgeous-Alexander. Screen by Holmgren. Porzingis grabs the board. Porzingis has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Tatum passes to Holiday. Outside White. White coming through.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Yeah, taking it right to the rim. One imagines that might be discussed at halftime. That's going to be on the film.
They get it again. Hartenstein. And Hartenstein slams it in.
Just a big play at this juncture of the game. Second chance points could be the key for them.
Impressive effort right there. That's what they need to mount a comeback. Now here's Tatum. He's got 10. Really left him alone that time. Tatum's got 13.
What's special about him is he is a natural leader and an active scorer. When Tatum is firing off the catch, you know he's feeling it.
And it's Holmgren missing. Boston leading by 8. Well, Richard, with the career he's had, it's hard to believe Drew Holiday has only made 2 All-Star teams.
Well, that speaks to how much talent is at the guard position in this league. But it also shows how we tend to award offense over defense because Drew, his impact is truly felt on the defensive end.
4 on the clock. Porzingis with a screen on Holmgren. Oh, a deep 3 from Tatum. And again, Boston with the triple.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor space.
Yeah, you got to know where he is at all times, especially when he's roaming around the perimeter ready to fire.
It's scooped up. Pass to Holmgren. Puts up a deep 3. Oh, Holmgren from way outside.
Yeah, we saw the three-pointer from Holmgren in college, trying to carry that success here now over into the league.
There's Tatum with the 3. Outside Holiday. Porzingis passes to Tatum. Here's Walsh. Porzingis with a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Second chance shot. And the Celtics tack on 2 more.
And that's why he's the unicorn. Never know what kind of magic Porzingis will pull out.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Ooh, bouncy. That should give him a nice lift.
Good timing. They needed that one.
And they need more where that came from. They're not out of this hole yet.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, after some down years in Dallas, Kristaps Porzingis said, I really checked myself. From that point on, I started building my game back up. Sometimes when you're younger, your physical abilities might already be there, but your mental is not. Once that all clicks, that's when you've got something.
Well, that's a good way to think of it. Thanks, Allie. And it's Tatum missing. Thunder trail by 8. Grant, how about the rise of OKC? In just 2 years, transforming from a 24-win team. Oh, Kristaps, the finish.
You see the reach of Porzingis. His length is what makes him a prime-time alley.
Oh, throw it down.
When he took off, I was not expecting that.
Oh, you have to be kidding me.
Wow, that's how you take things into your own hands.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Always plays hard until the final whistle, no matter what the situation is.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Yeah, stretching that defense all the way to the sidelines. Tatum with a nice shot.
Holmgren with a screen on White. Dort for 3. Rebounded by the Celtics. Porzingis has got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. Holiday from long range. That shot off.
Shocking that he just bricked that one. The defense got real lucky there.
Thunder trail by 11. Here's Jang. Connects from downtown. Jang's gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game.
And they can run out the clock here. No need to rush it.
Yeah, you don't have to be quick. You just have to be deliberate.
Outside Porzingis. Outside Tatum. Got it up. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
Buzzer-beating backbreak.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Boston out in front, up by 11. All right, we're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of quarter number 4 next. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
You've got to admire the vision just as much as the accuracy. Not many players can even spot that pass.
with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. They've got Cason Wallace. Jalen Williams is out there with Alex Caruso. Then it's Isaiah Joe, and it's Williams in at the center position. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. Fires the three, and it's Cornette with a rebound. Cornette's got 4 rebounds now. This one for 3. Pritchard gets it to go. And the Celtics lead by 12.
Proving he's more than just a go-to scorer. Brown also loves swinging the ball to open teammates.
They set the pick. Wallace's shot is good. Wallace has got 5 points now this quarter.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
For Oklahoma City, they've gone 2 of 3 to open the fourth quarter. Williams, a screen on Brown. Let's go with a 3. And it's Cornette with a rebound. Boston leading by 9. Pritchard, the pass to Hauser. Here's Cornette, stolen by Caruso. And a fast break now for the Thunder. Here's Williams, rejected by Brown.
Terrific anticipation by Brown, managing to see the shot coming and get ahead of it.
Cornette sets a screen. Brown scanning the floor. And he gets the jumper to drop. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for the Celtics?
They've been just suffocating on defense the whole game. Look at their shot blocking. The opposition doesn't have any room to breathe.
Yeah, all throughout the game, the opposition hasn't been able to keep them off the glass, and they're paying for it, giving up second chance points.
Up top, Brown. He's guarded by Caruso. Brown, a screen on Williams. Brown against Williams. Clock at 6. Brown, a screen on Williams. Back to Brown. Pass to Craig. Out to the right wing. Three-pointer. Williams grabs the board. Williams has got his 5th rebound in this one. Wallace, the pass to Williams. And Williams punches it home.
Just a textbook lead pass right there, putting it right where it needed to be.
Brown with it. Guarded now by Williams. Oh, look out. JB throwing it down.
I'm not going to lie. Jaylen Brown, his hops are different.
4-3. And that basket makes him 5 for 10. Steady production so far.
Woo! That man is laser focused. Now, that's bad defense for a team that has a long way to go to catch up.
Effort like this makes you wonder if they've already packed it in for the game, ready to go on to the next. Gotta at least show a little heart out here.
He's just an aggressive finisher.
Oh!
Wow.
Big finish right there.
What a finish.
Wow.
Caruso outside. Counted from distance. Caruso's got 6 here in the quarter.
A defensive breakdown. Can't afford to leave him open from range.
And here's Brown for 3. Here's Cornette. Kick out to Brown. From outside the arc. The Thunder with the rebound. Williams has got his 6th rebound on the night. Outside Joe. And Williams punches it home.
And although he's undersized at his position, his vertical, yeah, that'll clean up a few mistakes.
To the inside. And stolen by Williams.
Things aren't looking good here. I mean, they need points and they need them now.
And if I were them, I'd start thinking about where I'm going to get food after the game, because this one looks a bit out of reach.
The Celtics have gotten 5 shots out of 9 to go in this fourth. Craig with a screen on Williams. Brown passes to Craig. Up top, Brown. Watched by Wallace. 5 on the clock. Again, the miss by Boston.
And not a moment to lose on this possession.
Clock working against them right now.
And so Brown will bring it up for the Boston Celtics. They held a 12-point lead earlier. They grabbed their own miss. Three-pointer. Gets the 3 to fall. And the Celtics lead by 9.
You know this is coming with Brown. He is a ruthless sniper outside.
11 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. Here's Pritchard. And a great assist by Brown as that one goes in. So we see the Celtics taking the W here. Boy, a nice win on the road. By the time
defensive squads in the NBA. And this figures to be a low-scoring affair.
But it should be an entertaining one, Kevin. And if you're a fan of high-intensity, high-energy defense, there's a lot to love about this matchup.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. And in the front court, Brown and Tatum. Holiday in the backcourt. To his side is White. And it's Porzingis in at the 5.
Love the pass there from Gobert. Always nice when your big man feeds his teammates.
Porzingis sets the pick for Tatum. Outside, Porzingis. No good on the triple. Minnesota with the ball. Here's Gobert. And the shot goes in.
Listen, Rudy Gobert, despite the 7-foot frame, is mobile and agile, and in the open floor makes it look easy.
Porzingis can't hit. Edwards looking it over. Gobert. And finished off by Gobert.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
You simply must stay attached to Jaylen Brown in a catch-and-shoot situation so dangerous.
You know, Greg, when you look at the Timberwolves' history, the first round had been a problem for them. But not last year, as they swept the Phoenix Suns.
And you got to look at it as being a tremendous success, right? Because going into the season, I don't know that anyone thought they would have made it to the conference finals. But, boy, that young group gelled well together, and the sky's the limit for the future.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
I had a chance to catch up with Chris Finch. Now, of course, I asked Coach what his plan was about defending Jason Tatum, and he said, I told our guys just to play smart, to play up on him, but not get baited into fouls, and try to get a hand in his face. Now, that's a difficult challenge for any defense, so we'll see what happens tonight. Guys?
Okay, David, thanks.
Combination of size and athleticism makes Anthony Edwards so tough to check on the drive. Good luck and good night.
Conley's shot is off.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
Kept alive. The kick out to Brown. Tatum with a screen on Edwards. Tatum on the wing. 6 on the shot clock. And here's Brown outside. Connects from three-point range. Brown's got a couple of threes now in the first for the Celtics. For Minnesota, they've gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Edwards dishes to Randall. Fires at the elbow. Rebound by the Celtics.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
Tatum no good. Minnesota in the lead. Here's Conley. That doesn't fall either. He's missed his first 2 shots tonight. Celtics have gone just 2 of 8 shooting so far, just 25%. You know, Doris, few teams have tried to invite Brown to be a shooter. He's punished them each and every time.
And he's had to put in the work, Kevin, to make himself a legit perimeter threat. And listen, the defense has to make choices. Athletically, this is one of the most gifted players in the league. If you're going to concede anything to Jalen, it'd probably be the three-point shot.
The 3 from Tatum. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts.
That's Tatum's size and high release point. He's able to get that three-point shot off against virtually anybody.
The drive by Gobert.
That's what we call a power finish. There's no such thing as gentle for the big man.
Knocked loose. Stolen by McDaniels. Here's Edwards.
How about Anthony Edwards, the bounce? Go ahead, Ant.
And here's Tatum for 3. No good. He's off to a slow start. 1 for 4 so far. Right, they're in a rhythm offensively, really cooking.
And the opposition looks helpless to stop them right now.
Boy, doesn't get any easier than that. What a size advantage, and just goes to work.
And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Minnesota.
A huge part of their offense, pushing the ball. You're looking for fast break opportunities. Always a good idea.
They've also done a really good job taking advantage of miscues. Their defense has been stifling in this one.
Conley with it, picked up by Brown. Mr. Gobert. Timberwolves passing it around. Here's Edwards, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It goes on Jason Tatum. You hear, Doris, people now calling Anthony Edwards one of the faces of the NBA. And I'm assuming you'd agree.
100% agree, because the skills are extraordinary. The development in his decision-making has gone leaps and bounds from where it was. Beyond that, Kevin, he's a lockdown defender, one of the best competitors, fearless in the big moments, and one of the most charismatic young men in the league today. This guy is spectacular.
There's a 4-second.
Boy, Anthony Edwards showing you that I've got the handle, I've got the strength off the dribble drive. Pretty move.
The 3 from Tatum. Julius Randle with the rebound. Now Gobert. Here's Randle, and Randle throws it down.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip, and guys are making their shots. That's critical.
Here's Pritchard. Rudy Gobert, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the Timberwolves. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And what do you guys think about Minnesota here in this one?
Playing inside out in that first quarter led to some high percentage shots in the paint.
It is great when you can get that established early, because to me it opens up every other aspect of your game.
On the court for the Celtics, second quarter underway. The small and power forwards, the star pair of Brown and Tatum. And it's Pritchard in at the point guard. Here's Cornette, and the layup's good off the glass. Cornette's got his first basket of the night.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there, no box out.
To me, this is a common theme that's running through the league right now. Guys looking to leak out rather than box out.
And the way the Celtics can attack teams' doors with their 5-out set, it's impossible to fully defend it.
Kevin, there is so much space on the floor because they have shooters at every single position and guys who balance that shooting with an ability to get off the dribble drive. This is as good an offense as we've seen.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, thank you very much. The Timberwolves have become a rough and rugged team. Swingman Jaden McDaniels said, "We don't let nobody push us around. We're always being physical defensively. I feel like we're a tough team, super tough." Kevin, they certainly have the size to hold their own.
Always being physical, but David, that's their identity. And we thank you for the report. Here's Brown after the basket by Minnesota. Brown sets a screen for Tatum. Back to Brown. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the turnover again by Boston.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Boston making some changes. Walsh is checked in. And it's Holiday in for Pritchard. Here's Alexander Walker. Pass to Shannon for the 3. The rebound by Holiday.
Well, they are daring him to miss, and he obliges.
The deep 3 from Tatum. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Holiday's got 3 assists now in this one. DiVincenzo against Holiday. Another miss by Minnesota. Celtics trail by 7. Launches it. And that one is off. For Minnesota, they've gone 1 of 6 from the field in the second quarter. It's been a rough period so far. Wasted no time on that one. Shannon's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Here's Walsh. Pass to Hauser. Puts up a deep 3. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession. Great, what a great time to be a fan of basketball. Not just in the NBA, but all over the world.
Absolutely, Kevin. The sport just continues to grow, and there's increased value being placed on all-around skill, even in youth basketball. And I think that bodes well for the future of the game.
Now, DiVincenzo, following Drew Holiday's three-point attempt. Here's Minot, off with the layup. And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. They trail by 7. Cornette can't get it to go. On the wing, DiVincenzo. White covering. Pass to Shannon. Stolen by Holiday. And pushing it up. Here's Boston. White wide open. He fires. Drops in the tray off the fast break.
Love to see Derek White go right up with it off the catch. No doubt right there. Just get the jumper flowing.
Here's Reed. It's hauled in by Cornette. Cornette's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Pass to Shannon. Drives to the hoop. Banked in off the glass. Shannon's got 5 points now this quarter. Celtics trail by 6. Outside, White. Takes the 3. It's hauled in by Shannon. Minnesota's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Boston shooting 33% in the second quarter. The offense has looked crossed up and confused at times. Timberwolves leading by 6. DiVincenzo can't hit it. Boston shooting terribly up to this point, just 30%. Some ramshackle offense play there. Good on the three-point shot.
Well, if you leave someone that wide open, Derek White will put it on time and on target.
And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Shannon's got 8.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Boom, he jams it straight down.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Here's Peterson. And the last-second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They've dictated the pace, pushed the ball at every chance, and it's paying off for them. And we'll be right back after this.
Get ready for the big half-court shot.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. Minnesota leading by 8. Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round, 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run.
Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniel. Rudy Gobert is out there with Julius Randle. And it's Conley in it. Oh!
My goodness. Boy, Anthony Edwards out in transition, knows his teammates made a defensive play, and wisely leaks out.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
And the Celtics making a change here. Tatum's checked in. That free throw good from Porzingis.
You know, when Rudy Gobert is down low, it strikes fear into the opponent. This is a guy who has led the league in blocks and rebounds at different times. Inside the paint, he is just a nightmare to battle against.
Celtics trail by 8. Here's Shireman. From outside, off the mark. The Timberwolves have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. And the basket by Edwards.
Anthony Edwards has got his rhythm, and he's got a well-rounded offensive game. Look out.
It's Brown with the drive. Brown jams it in.
Oh, my goodness. How about that move by Jaylen Brown? That is spectacular.
Here's Gobert. Out to Edwards. The trays. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Unwilling to let up, even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Outside, Porzingis fires the 3. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Gobert's got rebound number 8 now on the night. The shake. Out to Conley. Here's the 3. Scans it from downtown. And the Timberwolves lead by 15.
Well, just such a smooth, pretty lefty stroke. That three-point opportunity for Mike Conley, yes, sir.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, GA?
Kevin, thank you very much. Jaden McDaniels has become an X factor for the Wolves. Mike Conley says, we know what he does defensively, but the offense that he can bring for us balances our unit. It's much needed. Guys tend not to think of him as an offensive player, but he does have that in his game. Kevin?
But I love the reference to an X factor. He definitely is that. All right, David, thank you. Pulls it up. Porzingis with the rebound. Celtics trail by 13. The 3 from Tatum. Oh, and he almost had a 4-point play right there. He'll go to the line with a chance for 3. It's on Anthony Edwards. It's safe to say Jason Tatum is a bona fide superstar.
He certainly is, Kevin, and really been a big-time star from the time he was 23 years old. Lots of pressure on this young player, but Jason's not only embraced it, he's thrived under it.
Alexander Walker with the ball. White's there. Lays it up off the glass. Alexander Walker's got his first basket. Tatum setting the pick for White. Tatum passes to Holiday. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luke Cornett. That's his first foul.
Substitution on court.
Timberwolves leading by 12. And here's DiVincenzo from the arc. Celtics have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Hauser the pass to White. And here is Craig. Back to White. Pass to Hauser. 4 on the shot clock. Jacks up a 3. Bangs home the trifecta. Hauser's got it back down to single digits for the Celtics.
I'll tell you, he'll take that all day, every day. I'm sure he was shocked to find himself that wide open.
And once again off the mark by Minnesota. They get a hand on it. Now here's DiVincenzo. He's guarded closely. The shot will not fall. Puts up a deep 3. Minnesota with the rebound. Reeves got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Pass to Hauser. Here's Pritchard. Sinks the three-pointer.
And that is a big-time shot and a really dumb foul. Don't give him the and one on a three-pointer.
Porzingis is checked in for Luke Cornett. Doors, some great shooters on this Boston team, but at times, don't you think they settle from the perimeter?
Well, Kevin, obviously, this is a coaching staff that puts a heavy emphasis on three-point shooting. They led the league in makes, they led the league in attempts. But obviously, your 2 best players, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, with their size and athleticism and driving ability, you want to try to find the right balance. They do a great job of that.
Porzingis way outside. From the arc, drills it from outside. Porzingis has got 7 points for the quarter.
Well, he's got the green light. Porzingis understands. Be ready on the catch.
Here's Shannon. And that time, also a missed shot.
Well, you're trying to answer the 3, but you force up a shot that he would have been better off passing up.
Here's Minot. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And we've reached the end of the third quarter. Just a terrific... While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feet. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. And a look at the 5 for the Celtics to start the fourth quarter. They've got Porzingis, and it's Pritchard in at the point. Here's Gobert. Out of bounds, Boston takes possession. Dante DiVincenzo. He's checked in for Mike Conley. Boston also with the sub. Al Horford's checked in for Porzingis. Boston trailing. Pass to Craig. Carries it from three-point range.
And you talk about fighting your way back into a game. They've shown a lot of grit in this comeback.
Yeah, to start off with so many mistakes and still now find a way where everything's working, it allows their momentum and confidence to continue to build. Boy, that's beautiful touch on the floater. And let's remember, not everyone has that shot in their arsenal.
And a whole new group out on the floor for the Celtics.
What you love about Rudy Gobert is he understands his strengths and where he can impact the game. That is primarily on the defensive end, but also as a screen setter offensively.
Brown the pass to Porzingis, and it's Jaden McDaniels with the foul. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. Porzingis finds Holiday. The Celtics working the ball around now. 6 to shoot. Porzingis sets the pick for Tatum. Off target from three-point range.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down. Try to get some easy ones.
Gobert against Porzingis. Gobert the pass to Edwards. Porzingis with the steal. And here comes one, leading the fast break. That one from long range. Brown's got the lead up to 1 now for the Celtics. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for Boston?
They have been a wrecking ball defensively, coming up with steals.
Well, unselfish play by Anthony Edwards. Teammate is wide open. He puts it right where it needs to be.
Here's Gobert. Randle down low. He's against Porzingis. Randle down low. He's covered by Brown. That's good from Randle on the assist by Gobert. Gobert's got assist number 10 tonight with that last one. Tatum way outside. Porzingis can't hit. Minnesota leading by 3. There's the triple. Offensive rebound. It's stolen by Gobert. On the wing, DiVincenzo. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. DiVincenzo's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
And they've shown great focus on the defensive end, putting constant pressure on the ball and really disruptive in terms of what they've done defensively.
And you also have to love the way they've gotten out and run in transition. A ton of good chances tonight simply from being willing to run the floor. But one thing we know, Porzingis is fearless. He had no hesitation on what was a huge basket for them.
No one near Randle as he lets it go. Gobert gets the bucket.
Rudy Gobert is so competitive. Doesn't want to let a big moment go by. Nicely done.
The 3 from Tatum. And the Celtics another 3.
And such a clutch shooter. I mean, he lives with a big shot. And when he's rolling like this, watch out.
Outside for Randle. McDaniels gets a wide open look. That's in. Coming off an assist from Randle. McDaniels got 5 points now in the quarter. Brown with it. Now defended by Gobert. Mr. Porzingis. It's up a 3. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got 14 rebounds tonight. Going after. For 3, Edwards. He misses his first shot of the contest after making his first 6. And Porzingis puts up a deep 3. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Porzingis. Minnesota leading by 5. Here's Gobert. Good once again. That makes him 8 for 9 this game.
Well, this is obviously a bonus. When Rudy Gobert gets hot like this, you might as well keep feeding the big man.
Porzingis finds Holiday. From downtown, Rudy Gobert with the rebound.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
We've got 33 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And Greg, it looks like time is going to run out on him here.
Yeah, I mean, unless they come up with an absolute miracle. Always a threat. 3-point land that time was seriously expanded.
That'll be Minnesota as it goes out of bounds. Timberwolves retain possession. Here's Gobert. Randle outside.
Boy, as good as he is on the offensive end, Jason Tatum showing he can be a factor defensively.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And as a result, they may be facing just a little bit less resistance right now. They are having their way.
And so the Timberwolves take the win. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.
Yeah, but I really got a sense that the fans gave them that emotional.
But eventually, I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm a medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it fake. Kinda like the view with the dice in the mirror, top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm gonna let out the freak beat back in the beer. Let him run, let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the beat. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla.
Both squads going at it here.
You know, B.A., looking to prove who is the one to beat in their conference. You love this elite level of competition. This is a chance to show who is the best in the West.
Here are the starters for Oklahoma City. Some serious height in the middle. Holmgren, the 4, Hartenstein, the 5. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. And it's Joe in at the small forward position.
This is how you begin a game. Set the tone right from the jump.
Take a nice deep breath. You score on that first possession. Gets the game started the right way.
And that one's good. Gilgeous-Alexander.
SGA doesn't rely on the 3 to get his points, but man, when it's fouled, watch out.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. From downtown. Right wing. The 3 from Holmgren. Drops in the 3.
A superb three-point threat. When Holmgren is knocking down triples, he's hard to contain.
Gobert passes to Conley. From the arc. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. Allie LaForce had a chance to catch up with head coach Chris Finch. Allie, what do you have to say?
And he acknowledged that they're facing one of the most dynamic players in the league in Gilgeous-Alexander. He said there's no way to defend him, that his speed and movement, we need to be ready to rotate and help on every possession. Still, he said they're all looking forward to the challenge.
Okay, thanks, Allie. From undrafted to a key rotational player, Lou Dort's story is definitely inspirational, Brent.
This guy has worked so hard to make himself into an NBA player. But I will tell you this, B.A., he's never not believed that he wasn't one. And Luguentz Dort continues to make improvements, and the guys on the team love the way he approaches it.
Now here's Conley. The 3 is up. Gobert. It's good on the putback.
Yeah, just what they needed from Gobert. Grabbing the rebound with those long arms and sending it back.
Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. Reed with the rebound. The Timberwolves have gone 3 of 5 here in the opening quarter. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on Lou Dort. That's his first foul. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Edwards. And it's Holmgren with a rebound.
Well, if you believe in the numbers, that mid-range shot is not a high-value shot, even with little or no defense on you.
Something's off about him this quarter.
Well, he's missing, and it's starting to affect a little bit in his body language, and you just don't want to see that.
Shooting the 3 with confidence. That's exactly what this team needs from Edwards.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander sends it home from three-point land. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 6 points. Conley passes to Edwards. Gobert with a screen on Dort. Here's Edwards. And it falls all over the rim and in. Edwards has got his second basket of the game.
Well, Edwards can be so accurate, making shots look easy at times.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Gobert's got 4 rebounds now. This past offseason, OKC decided to move on from their former first-round pick, Josh Giddey.
Yeah, the 6th overall pick in 2021. Giddey is a talented player with good upside, but fit is so important in the NBA, and the Thunder knew his talents would be better suited elsewhere.
Isaiah Joe is going to pick up the foul here. That's his first foul. And here's Edwards outside. Offensive rebound. Plenty of room to knock down that one. He's got 10.
And this is how confident Edwards is. Feels like he can sink these shots whenever he wants.
Hartenstein passes to Joe. Here's Holmgren. Holmgren with a screen on McDaniels. Lets a floater go. Outside for Dort to halt the run. Hits the trifecta.
Well, the size and skill of Dort is pretty unique. It could be really effective at any position on the floor.
Reed against Holmgren. Here's Edwards. Edwards can't get that one to fall.
Pretty lax defense there. He's going to see fewer and fewer chances if he can't bury those kind of jumpers.
And the basket by Joe.
Now they're playing working to perfection there if that was their plan. And if it wasn't, maybe that should be their plan.
Conley up top, covered by Joe. The kick out to Edwards. 4 seconds left. There's the drive. Oh, a dunk and a foul! A powerhouse move. He's got a chance for one more at the line. It's on Isaiah Hartenstein, and he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight. Shot from the inbound. In deep, Caruso drops it in.
Well, Picasso couldn't have drawn that up any better. Perfect execution off the inbounds.
He gets it up. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. Both teams have it going here early. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. All right, let's quickly break down the game. What we've seen so far from the Timberwolves, guys.
Well, they've used the fast break well to score easy points and keep the defense unsettled.
Yeah, they did a great job. Just the initial thrust of that attack as soon as they got the ball, constantly in transition.
And Minnesota making a change here. Alexander Walker's checked in. Dante DiVincenzo out there with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Then it's Julius Randle, and it's Garza in at the center position. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the T-Wolves. Here's Shannon. Outside, Alexander Walker. No good from outside.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
And he goes in for the dunk.
They keep capturing the lead, then giving it back. We'll see if they can hold on to it this time.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from them.
Thunder with a lead. Down low. Pass to Jang. Williams, a screen on Randall. Here's Jang. No good from outside. He got his defender off his feet with a pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. Alexander Walker, the pass to DiVincenzo. Here's Shannon. Here's Garza. Nails it from beyond the arc. Garza's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Williams finds Williams. And they waste no time getting those 3 points back.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line, and I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
The shot by Alexander Walker, no good.
Would you say testing the limits of his range there?
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
That's good. His first made shot in 3 attempts. Well, Grant, you played on some very tight-knit teams. Talk to us about chemistry.
Well, B.A., you know, in some sports... Wow!
Oh, that's nuts. Randall getting up there, turning a little bit, putting on a bit of a show here.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, the Thunder have some grit. Coach Mark Dagnall said we compete, and on nights we aren't, we get back to that very quickly. The competition level and the willingness to do it together is the foundational piece. Brian?
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thank you. Shot clock at 5. Tries yet again. The Thunder pull it in. Williams has got 5 rebounds in the game. Launches it. And Williams gets the bucket on the assist from Williams. Williams has got 6 in the quarter. Here's Shannon. Out to DiVincenzo. Williams grabs the board. Williams has got his 6th rebound on the night. Williams on the wing. He's got 6. Great look, but off the mark. Timberwolves trail by 4. The 3, DiVincenzo. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here.
You know, a reliable veteran like Julius Randle is so valuable. He provides a foundation for everyone else to play off of because they know he'll be there to score and help out. He makes it easier for other players to succeed around him.
Caruso with the bucket.
He's very smart about spotting up in transition, and no one rotated over to contest that one.
Pass to Randle. Out to DiVincenzo. Offensive rebound. Timberwolves takes a three. Shannon's shot is off. And it's Thunder's ball. They're on a 13-5 run. Wallace. And another three for Oklahoma City.
They're starting to pull away here as their shots keep falling.
Start to feel their confidence. That's the difference between the success they're having now and the struggles they faced earlier.
There's a screen. Alexander Walker, the pass to Garza. Back to Alexander Walker. For three. Williams grabs the board. Williams has got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. Pass to Wallace. Back to Williams. Williams up top. It's rebounded by Minnesota.
Well, he's a guy they count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
And so that brings the first half to a close. Thunder out in front, leading by 10. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. See you in just a bit. And we've got third quarter basketball here. 2 quarters in the books. And you know, Anthony Edwards has been really making it happen, guys.
I like how they control the tempo and play to his strengths.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
And on the floor for Mark Daigneault starting the second half. Some serious height in the middle. Holmgren the 4, Hartenstein the 5. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. And it's Joe in at the 3 spot. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Looking to get back on track. SGA doing his thing in close.
You have a guard like Gilgeous-Alexander that fights inside. It can add some spunk to your team.
Edwards for 3. And it's Holmgren with a rebound.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Here's Joe. 3-pointer, no good. Timberwolves trail by 10. With the floater. Edwards finds Reed from behind the arc. Sinks the tray.
And how about Edwards keeping his head up and spotting the open man?
Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. SGA from distance.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
Counted from distance. Reed's got 6 points.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Here's Joe. And again, Oklahoma City with a triple.
That's one of the best three-point shooters. You got to try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot.
Edwards with it. Now Gilgeous-Alexander defending. Edwards rises up and powers it down.
And certain nights, Edwards just goes off. Very tough to stop when he's in the zone.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. And again, Oklahoma City with a triple.
Just incredible. I mean, he's really making it rain out there, knocking them down one after another.
Kind of like he's in his living room right now. He's found a comfort zone. Once he gets that, the defense knows they're in trouble.
Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. Sinks it from distance. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 11 in the second half. Pass to Reed, puts up a three, and it's Holmgren with a rebound. Holmgren's got 5 rebounds tonight, and coming off a major injury. Chet Holmgren was unbelievable in his first full season, Brent.
Doesn't it feel like BA, he poured the concrete and a solid foundation for what his career is going to be all about? I mean, a terrific big with skill, size, toughness. The sky is the limit for this guy.
Gilgeous-Alexander no good. And so Conley will bring it up for Minnesota. Down by 12. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on Lou Dort. That's foul number 2 for him.
Tough break for the defense. I mean, he took the hit, but he didn't get the call.
McDaniels, a screen on Dort. Edwards finds McDaniels. He drops it from range. McDaniels got 5 points now this quarter.
Yeah, that's one way to get back into this game. Keep getting him the ball and let him make the shots.
And Gilgeous-Alexander missing. Minnesota's gone 3 of 5 from downtown here in the second half. McDaniels can't hit. Thunder leading by 9. Here's SGA. Here's Joe. They get it again. Hardenstein passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. They set the screen. Dort with it. Oklahoma City's got to hurry. They got to get up a shot. Hardenstein with a screen on Edwards. The shot by Dort, no good. For Minnesota, they've gone 6 for 9 in the half. Outside Reed. Fires from deep. The Thunder with the rebound. Hardenstein's got 5 rebounds tonight. Holmgren with it. Picked up by Reed. Edwards against Dort. Holmgren, the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. The 3-ball. Nails it from 3. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 20 points.
He's making plays all over the floor. Gilgeous-Alexander will not be stopped.
Gobert. Pass to Reed. The kick out to Edwards. The 3. Another miss by Minnesota. Oklahoma City leading by 12. Dort for 3. Buries it from 3. So Dort's got 6.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
McDaniels can't hit. It could go. And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder liking their chances, ending the quarter with. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm Assist of the Game.
And he definitely deserves the award. Reading the defense like a point guard.
So helpful to the offensive versatility when your bigs can create, freeing everybody up, and that cut was wide open.
Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. We've got Nickeil Alexander-Walker. He's out there with Dante DiVincenzo, and it's Garza in at the 5 down low. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Over to the left wing. There's the 3, and the three-pointer goes.
And Julius trying to find ways where he can be more effective as a playmaker.
Williams passes to Sajang. Wallace with it. DiVincenzo covering, and Dante DiVincenzo is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul of the game. Outside, Williams. Puts it up. Gets some space and buries the jumper. And the Thunder lead by 14.
And the vision is far past his years. Williams with great decision making.
For 3. The shot by Alexander Walker, no good. And the Thunder shooting around 51%. That's a good number. Here's Jang. Let's go with a 3. It doesn't go for him. DiVincenzo with it. Caruso covers. DiVincenzo against Caruso. Outside, DiVincenzo. Pass to Garza. 6 on the shot clock. Pulls up at the elbow. DiVincenzo can't hit.
I know he's on a cold streak, but he can't let that get in his head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts, but otherwise the mindset is, I just got to get the next one to go, and you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair. All right, guys, what do you think so far about the offensive approach for the Thunder?
Yeah, what stood out to me was their passing. They moved the ball effortlessly and have been able to find those holes in the defense.
Well, if we add another thing to it, it's about the urgency they've played with. I mean, you look at the eyes of these guys. They're focused, wanting to get up tempo, and that's helped them score on the fast break.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
McDaniels is checked in for Minnesota. It's Dort on the wing, guarded by Edwards, and stolen by Edwards. Just under 2.5 minutes gone by now in the final quarter. Book it again. 7 for 12 and going at the defense. Thunder leading by 14. Gilgeous-Alexander looking it over. From outside the arc. Minnesota with a rebound. Gobert's got rebound number 8 here already in the game. Dort with a steal. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Fast break, Minnesota. Edwards for 3. Yes, great play by Conley to set it up. Edwards got 5 points now in the quarter.
We see this every night. He has the skill and versatility to keep a defense guessing.
Hartenstein with a screen on McDaniels. Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. And another miss by Oklahoma City. Timberwolves trail by 11. It's Edwards on the wing. Dort defending. Right side McDaniels. And again, it's Minnesota with a 3.
His three-point shot looks so pure. The defense allowing him to get comfortable out there.
And here's Caruso outside. On target from range. And the Thunder lead by 11.
Oh, you gotta love the back and forth, showing real confidence at the arc.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
And one of the stronger finishers in this game, Anthony Edwards at his best.
And the big finish by Holmgren.
How about the bounce?
We can call that bounce per ounce. Can't be denied. McDaniels passes to Edwards. McDaniels, a screen on Dort. And here's Edwards outside. Caruso grabs the board.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it. Well, now it's just a matter of watching the sand fall through the hourglass. This game is wrapped up in a strong showing for the Thunder.
Well, they were focused on being productive at the arc tonight.
And it ended up paying off big time. Just an overwhelming performance.
And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Just really loved his activity level here tonight. Constantly mixed it up, and he threw himself into a lot of plays.
And here's Minnesota now. Edwards finds Conley. There's the triple. That shot is off. Good work defensively by Caruso. So it's Oklahoma City now. 11-point game. 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Outside Edwards. Fires in the triple. 9 seconds left in the fourth. And so it's Oklahoma City winning this one. They have to feel good about this performance.